Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabila Natasha. I'm from Group 1. I will explain about cross-continental variation dialect chains. You can see example 5 in page 129. So, in this example, you can now dialect chains. Dialect chains are very common across the whole of Europe. One chain links all the dialects of German, Dutch, and Flemish from Switzerland through Austria and Germany to the Netherlands and Belgium, and there is another which links dialect of Portuguese, Spain, Catalan, French, and Italian. The linguistic features overlap and used in one more merge into the next. Intelligibility is no help either. Most Norwegians claim they can understand Swedish. For instance, although two distinct languages are involved, um, while Chinese who can speak Cantonese cannot understand those who speak Mandarin, despite the fact that both are described as dialect of the Chinese. You can see in example 6 on page 113 in the book. Language are not purely linguistic entities, they serve social function. In order to define a language, it is important to ask to its social and political function, as well as its linguistic features. Okay, the next material about social variation. In the RP or a social accent, you can see example 7. Okay, this is in earlier countries. You could tell where an English lord or lady came from by the regional form of English, but by the early 20th century, a person who speaks with a regional accent in England was most unlikely to belong to the upper class. Upper class people had a upper class education, and that generally meant a public or example private. Um, you can see this triangle to illustrate about accent triangle. You can see it like this. Okay. As the triangle suggests, the linguistic will find most linguistic variation at the low social-economic level, where regional difference about further or up the social ladder. The amount of observable variation reduces till one reaches the principle of RP, an accent used by less than 5% of the British population. She will hear very much less variation from the lower middle class people, and at last until recently the upclass would pronounce the word as grace wherever they come from. In England, things are changing, however, as a exchange in example 7 suggests. In example 7, you can see at the book on page 132. Okay, the next material about social dialect. The stereotypical dialect speaker is an elderly, rural person who is all about unintelligible to modern city dwellers, but dialects are simply linguistic varieties, which are distinguished by their vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. The speech of people from different social as well as regional groups may differ in these ways. And the speech of people from different social as well as religion group may differ in these ways. Just as RP is a social accent, so Standard English is a social dialect. To make material about Standard English, you can see example H in this. Yes, Standard English is more accommodating than RP and allows for some variation within its boundaries. Uh, this is reflected in figure 7.2, the trapezium or tabletop mountain. The top reflects the broader range of varieties or alternative linguistic forms, which quality as part of the standard dialect of English in any country. And this trapezium figure 6.2 says about social and religion dialect variation. You can see in this. Okay. In social term, linguistic from which are not part of standard English are by definition non-standard because the standard dialect is always the first to be codified. It is difficult to avoid defining other dialect without constructing them with the standard. So far, I have been discussing accent and dialect as if the linguistic feature which identify them were stable, fixed, and absolute. Okay, the next material about social status. The first castes or in bahasa kasta. People can be grouped together on the basis of similar social and economic factor. The language generally reflects these groupings. They use different social dialect. And you can see example 9 in page 1934. Japanese social status is reflected not just in traces of language form but also in the particular combination of forms which each social group customarily uses. In you can see table 9.1 9. I'm so sorry. What I mean 6.1. Two Japanese word at different stylistic levels. You can see in this table. There are three distinct Japanese social groups and three associate dialect. Okay, I want to explain about three distinct Japanese social social groups. The first, the dialect of the lowest status group, the peasant and undictated townspeople, consists of three stylistic levels, level 1, level 1A, and 2. The second, the dialect of urbanist people with some education consists of 5 style levels, level 1, level 1A, 2, 3, and 3A. And the last, the dialect of the highly educated highest status group, 5 levels. The first level 1, level 1A, level 1B, level 3, and level 3A. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.